Hello, my lovely Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. This is for the week of June 28th. Welcome. The first thing that I heard when I started working with the collective energy was, what about me? Not what about me, but what about me? Then I heard, what about us? And it really suddenly struck me. You guys are going through, you folks, you people are going through many, many changes right now, and everything is speeding up as we're moving through the summer. So I am imagining that for you, there is going to be a lot of change that you're going to have to kind of be, I see you literally like hopping from one foot to the next to the next. What I'm getting with this is that sense of what about me moving to what about us is part of what the changes are going to be, is who you let yourself be in any given relationship as these really tangible changes are happening around you. It's really as though you're getting to rewrite the script of how you want to be in certain relationships. And if there's a theme about any kind of emotional component that has followed you through your life, such as codependence or, well, I'll just say codependence. We'll just start with that one because that's one that many of us know. If that's followed you through your life now, this is where you're starting to get the chance. Oh, and that makes perfect sense, actually, that I would use that as an example, because it's not just what about me, it's what about us. This is not just about you, Gemini, deciding what works for you. It's you understanding that as you are now learning to really be able to say with confidence and with a sense of rightness, what about me? This is where you are getting to create a new dynamic with anybody else who might have assumed that their opinion was superior to yours or better than yours, or just that they deserved more room for expression than you did. What's interesting too is the first card that I pull for you is Virtue, and really Virtue is saying, well, I'm going to read it because I think it's just short and sweet. Virtue is defined as inherent strength or power, an admirable quality, merit, or particular moral excellence. Who defines what's virtuous in your eyes? Do you live up to your own or their standards? Do you demand that others embrace your definition in order to be held virtuous in your eyes? Can you respect others for maintaining virtue according to their own values? Do you feel valuable if you don't live up to theirs? So when we talk about virtue, yeah, okay, we're really looking at it in terms of, in this card, it's meant to be broader. Not just moral excellence and virtue, but opinions, positions, tastes, choices. Are you able to give yourself and your choices the same space that you would give somebody else? Because this is going to be important in terms of you elevating yourself in every relationship. Sometimes, Gemini, when somebody has had a really strong personality, you've been able to see the value in the person, you've been able to see beyond whatever, but you have sometimes kind of gotten pulled into their vortex of, I won't say crazy, but sometimes chaos. And out of a kindness, but also out of sometimes just not believing that you deserved or that it was safe, both of those things, either of those things, to stand up and say, you know what? No, I don't think so. So what Spirit is saying is this, because these are all things that are coming up that probably are quite deeply rooted in your personality structure, in your ego structure, which is about safety, placement into society and family and community, all that. What you're being told is, because there's going to be a lot of changes and there are going to be things for you to look at, and we know, Gemini, that you can have many things going on at once, which can feel comfortable, but it can also mean sometimes you don't notice the detail of things or remember the detail of things, or you don't see a pattern of things. You don't always pull back and see a pattern. Now what Spirit is saying is, can you create a structured free flow for yourself so that you have basically anchor points during your day that are going to slow you down so that you can get in touch with what you're feeling, so that you can go back over it and you can say, oh, wait a second now. I'm going to need to make a choice about something, or wait a minute now, I'm not sure I'm 100% comfortable with the choice that I just made. How can I now adjust that or present that? This actually is a really powerful time of change and growth for you, Gemini. And I think it's really, really important to stress the fact that you need to really stay in touch with what you're feeling. Notice when your choices make you feel small. Notice when you start feeling expanded. And if you get stressed, remember, take some time alone quietly. You can make your statements clearly and you can say it with kindness. You can make your choices with kindness. If somebody is going to be if somebody is going to be offended by anything that you've said or say, well, they have a choice to accept it or not, to look at their own stuff. It's not up to you, Gemini, to constantly hold yourself back so that you don't trigger the people around you who basically should really just do their own work. Okay? You do have the forgiveness card. And so one of the things, sometimes you don't forgive yourself, often, for having made mistakes. Sometimes you will talk down to yourself. And yeah, but you're also getting to look at what your role was in whatever this is or whatever this pattern is, and to choose forgiveness for yourself, realizing this isn't about you having done anything wrong, ever. This is about you living a life, coming to terms with changes that are happening, and using this as a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to look back at where you can develop your own forgiveness, your own self-love, and in that way, really, really embody an internal strength of understanding who you are as equal to everybody, okay? Equal. There's nobody above you, nobody above you. And while you can definitely look at your themes and look at the role that you've played in some of the things that haven't been the best for you, what you can also do is remember, in this view of forgiveness, it's all about us being here to learn and grow, and that we will hurt and we will be hurt. And that's also a point of expansion for us anytime that happens. So Gemini, I think this is wonderful for you. What was your role? How will you change it? Can you stay still and quiet? Create, please. Gemini, so many different thoughts, so much energy, and especially if you're challenging a lot of emotional issues, you might have a tendency to really kind of pull up into your head. Can you create a structure for yourself with anchor points during the day where you allow yourself to get still, defocus off all of the external stuff, and really focus in on yourself and your feelings and where you would like to go? Remember, this is not just about you developing an awareness in yourself. It's about you developing an awareness in a way where you are now getting to create new relationships or new baseline expectations. Whoa, this is good. Baseline expectations for respect and equal authority in any relationship you have, regardless of how somebody positions your way of thinking or being, or regardless of how you position theirs. Okay? I'm going to leave you with that, my Geminis. Much love and take care.